Kathyayini, you can introduce yourself. We are live now.
Hi, I'm Kathyayini Prabhu. I'm currently working as a designer and I've been a sculptor for some time. I've completed my graduation from Kala Parishad. So I would like to make use of today's opportunity to teach you how to make an eco-friendly Ganesha. So year after year, we see a lot of waste being thrown out and discarded. So let's try and go more environment friendly and enjoy the celebration. So I'm going to show you a list of materials that we'll be using today, and then we'll get started. At any point of time, if anybody wants some help or you're stuck in between, please ask out. I'll try and walk you through again. Shall we get started?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through the materials again, and then we'll start. We basically need a base first to keep your Ganesha on. So don't directly make it on table because you'll have to take it up and move it somewhere else. So either use a plate or a base, like a wooden base or cardboard, anything will do. Then we have a bowl of water. So this is for us to wash our hands as well as use it while we are cleaning up Ganesha. Then I do have some toothpicks here. So these are basically used when you're fine tuning your Ganesha. Some agarbattis and tools. So I basically need a pointed edge. So I'm using something that has a flat surface like this. So if you guys don't have something similar, you can use a knife or a wooden knife or a fork or a spoon. That works too. Then I have a cotton cloth. So one is to wrap Ganesha for some time. Then the other one is for you to wipe your hands. And finally, I have a potter's clay for today. So I have a clay, something like this. Is this camera angle better for you all?
Yeah, this is a better angle. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, perfect. So I'm going to keep talking to you in between. So let's not have a one-sided class. So whenever you feel like asking something, you can do so. Whenever I feel like interacting with you, I'll do that. So this is a potter's clay. Those of you who have potter's clay, you can use it. Some of you have terracotta clay, which is perfectly fine. And some of you have play clay, which are the colorful clays. You can use that as well. So the only time I want you to differentiate between clays is when we are using water to fine tune the clay. Those who have play clay, please not apply water to it. You don't really need it. The others can use water. All right. So I'm just taking like a handful of clay, like it's this much. So you can take a similar quantity too. So we're going to make a tiny Ganesha. Once you get the hang of making a Ganesha, you can make a bigger one for yourself. But let's get the basics from a small Ganesha. All right. So difference between a potter's clay and terracotta clay is basically in its composition. So your terracotta clay will have brick and sand materials, and it's going to dry up faster. So you might want to apply a little more water to it. So this is potter's clay. So what we are going to do is divide this into one big chunk. So I'm going to use this to make Ganesha's body. we're going to just break down our clay into different parts to use for Ganesha. So one big chunk will go into making Ganesha's body here. So I'm going to use another big chunk to make Ganesha's face. So you can just divide your clay first. So I'm going to keep it like that. Then I'm going to keep like a small portion of it to make accessories like the crown, or if you want to make some jewelry to it, so you can say a small portion of it. So I'm going to keep that. And out of the remaining clay, I'm going to divide it into 4 parts, which will be used for hands and legs. So you can make 4 equal quantity like that. So this is the quantity. So don't worry if the clay sticks to your hand. You don't have to keep washing it every now and then. It's all right if your hand looks something like this. So I'm just going to make it into circles now that we have divided our clay. So that's 1, 2, 3. So let me keep it a little farther away. Yeah. So I have 4 small clay balls, 4 of it for the hands and the legs. 1 slightly bigger chunk for the head, and the biggest portion goes for the body, and whatever is remaining goes to the accessories. So I need 1 more small portion for the ears. So I'm going to take a small chunk out of it from the body. So I have these many parts. So I have 5 smaller balls, 1 big chunk, and another medium, and the remaining. So I'm going to keep all of them aside. Let's focus on the body first. If you want me to slow down, please let me know. So I'm going to make it into a nice circle. So if you observe there are some cracks here, you can just fill it up like this and start rolling it again. Now use this portion of your hand, both the sides, to rub it together. You need to rub it like that. So you hold the circle like that and slowly rub it in. So you get a conical shape, slightly conical shape. And you can keep it on your base. So once you keep it on a base, it's going to be firm until you complete Ganesha. You're not going to keep lifting it up and down. It's going to stay there. So just keep it on the base, whatever you've chosen, like the plate or a cardboard, wherever you've chosen, just keep it nice and gently over the base.
Actually, my terracotta clay, excuse me, ma'am.
Sure, tell me.
Actually, mine is terracotta clay, and like I'm trying to make it into a ball, but I'm not getting how to do it properly.
Why not? Is it too hard?
Yeah, it's very hard.
Okay. So, okay. You have a cloth with you, right? Like a cotton cloth?
Yeah, I do.
Take your cotton cloth. Just dip one of the ends into your water bowl.
Okay.
And squeeze out the water as much as possible. So it's going to be dry and watery. Then keep your clay inside it. You have been able to divide the clay, right?
Yeah, I have.
So just keep it inside, wrap it up nicely. And keep it aside. It'll take some time, like 10 to 15 minutes to soften it up a little bit.
Okay.
Then you can again hold it and mix it a little bit. So once you take it out of the cloth, you just take it back, start squeezing it in slowly. It should have softened by then.
Okay, thank you.
Right, I'm gonna continue right now. I'm gonna keep this here for my base. So nice and firm. So let's decide which part of our base is the front. See, when you keep a Ganesha in your worship room, it faces towards you, right? So that part has to be the smoothest. So if this is the direction that Ganesha will be facing, like towards the camera, I'll ensure that there are no bumps here. So if you have something, lightly rub your finger over it. You can dip your hands in water. Those who have play clay, please do not use water on it. The others can just dip your hands a little, go over it like that. Because once you start putting the hand, the leg, and the face, you won't be able to smoothen the tummy out. So we'll just rub it in like that. Keep it nice and gentle. Let's not apply too much pressure. It's just lightly you're smoothing it out. Okay, so my base looks like this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and there are more divisions that we made earlier. So let's start with the legs first. So our legs will be placed over here and over here. So you can use a smaller circle. So I can take one of these, start going in circles again. It's slightly farther away, so you can get it. Now, again, you're going to use this portion of your palm, this edge, to rub it in like that. So you're basically applying pressure to the ends of the cone.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's going to look like a cone, something
Wow,
like
beautiful.
that. So it's supposed to look like a triangle, an inverted triangle.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, one thing that you need to do is, you see the base here, this small portion here.
Yes, ma'am.
Use your thumb to push it this way. So use your thumb, hold your index finger here for support, and push it like
Ma'am,
this.
I actually didn't understand. Can you like show it again?
I'm going to use a
From the
different ball.
ball.
I'm going to use a different ball. Okay, this one is done, so I'll keep it aside. Okay, great background music. Okay, so I'm gonna roll it into a circle.
Rachel, can you please mute, please?
A circle first, then use your inner palm portion here of both your hands to rub it in like this. Okay, this portion. So you're not going to use your hand like that. You're going to use your hand like this. So keep the circle here and start rubbing it like this direction. So you will get a cone kind of a structure.
Okay.
Now you're going to use your thumb and your index finger.
Actually, mine went too thick.
Too thick.
Yeah, too thick.
Just thin it out a little more. You can use your palms to rub it in a little more. It'll be fine. Or you're using a bigger chunk of clay. You can reduce the clay a little more.
Yeah, now it became proper.
Perfect. So I'm just going to use my thumb finger as base, hold it here. So it's like an inverted triangle now. Hold it here and keep your index finger for support. So you're going to push it in one direction like that and flatten it out. Okay.
Mine is not coming as proper as yours. Actually.
Do you want to show what you have done?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, go ahead.
It's something like this.
Shikalji, can we see her camera?
Kathyayini, did you say something?
Ma'am, you're on mute.
Kritika, did you show me what you've done so far?
Yes, ma'am, I'll show you now. Mine has come something like this.
Ah, okay. Your leg is too thin. Just hold and tap it a little more. Reduce the length that's here.
Is this how it should supposed to be like?
It's not supposed to be an L shape. It's supposed to be a triangle with a small turn. So just put it back in a circle again. Roll it back. I'm gonna just clean my hand. Give me a minute. Roll it up nicely. Should be a circle. Like
Actually,
that.
actually, my body has come too thick, like this.
Body should be thick. That's fine. Ganesha has a
Is
big
it
bed.
okay if it being like this?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Just clean the surface a little, like rub your hand over the surface like this. Use your finger, your thumb to just run it like that. So it's a smooth surface.
Okay, I did it.
So see, you have a circle like this.
Yeah.
Rub it in, like if you can't use your palms, do it like a normal cylinder shape. You should be getting something like this.
Like this?
Correct. So the bottom part, just bend it in slightly. Don't bend it from this portion. It's not from that portion. It's only the tip that should be folded in.
Is it like this?
Oh, much better. So everybody had made like 4 circles, right? 2 for the hand and 2 for the leg. So do the same thing with all the 4 circles. So it should look something like this. So we should have 4 of these, all right? I'm going to continue making the same. So I have one here. The one I made earlier. And I'm going to make 2 more. If you think you've taken a huge chunk of your hand, you can remove some clay. That's not a problem. I'm rolling it into a cylinder again. And I'm going to press down here, like so much. All right, so I have 4 of these. Now, I'm just going to teach you how to merge clay, all right? So I'm going to show you with a different clay piece, the one that we saved for a head. So I'm going to show you how to merge on that one. Then we'll do it on the base, okay? So if this is your base, and you will have to attach the leg to it. So you're going to keep it like here. So this is your base, this is your leg that you made. You're going to keep it like that. Use your thumb to give some pressure at this part. Don't do anything here. You can just let me place it on the thermocol so you can get a better. So you're going to place the leg next to the body here. You're going to use your thumb or index finger to put pressure on this edge here. And from the back view, I'm going to show you. So you need to get this part of the clay over the body. So just start pressing it in like that. So that's how you combine body parts to the base. So that's how it should look like. So this is not going to fall apart. So it's firm. Since it's already kept on a base, you don't have to do anything from the bottom, but you can just merge it like that. So you don't see 2 divisions when you've completed merging. It's just one nice blend. So that's what we're going to do with our Ganesha. Now I'm going to take this out since this was a part of the head and do it on the base now. So this was my base. I had kept it right here. Now, out of the 4, keep aside 2 of it, whichever is the smaller one. So out of these, this is the bigger hand. So I'm going to keep it down there. The rest of it, I'm going to keep it aside. So I'm going to keep the leg here. So I'm going to keep one leg here and the other leg. Keep one leg here and one leg there. So a seated position. So I haven't merged anything. I'm just keeping it to see how it might look like. So you can keep legs right there. So just place the legs first. See if you like the position. I'm going to use this position for today. Now I'm going to press the corners, the edge here nicely. And like I showed you how to merge, I'm going to do the same thing now. I'm going to take a small portion here, bring it over the base, and the same thing on the other leg. So that's there. Now I'm going to just keep tapping on all the sides so it's firm. I'm just going to clean my hands once again. So whenever you're giving a finishing, like when you're cleaning up your clay, use a clean hand. See, sometimes when you are working for some time, the clay would have dried and you'll have slightly, you'll have some mud on your hand. So just clean up whenever you're giving a finishing touch. So your surface looks nice and smooth. Are you all getting along?
Children, can any one of you reply to Kathyayini ji? Are you getting along well now with her? Manvi or somebody, please, can you unmute and talk with her?
I think they need some time because they might have play on their hand. Unmute and speak.
Well, yes, I'm getting used to it. And yes, it's quite nice to do.
The one who was using terracotta clay, did you get a smoother clay now?
Well, I'm using the normal clay, like the play clay.
All right.
So technically, I don't really know what is happening, like, the water and all, how much water we have to put. I'm just using the normal clay that.
No, like somebody said they're using the terracotta clay and it was pretty hard to use. Now, if you have a knife or any object to flatten things out, use it to clean it up. So your surface has to be really smooth now. If you have some crack, use your finger or the knife or any tool that you have along with you. You can use a spoon also if you want to. So just flatten it out like this. If you have any cracks, you can do that. Otherwise, it's fine. So that's how it looks. Now I'm going to do the same thing to attach the hands. Now, see, I have a few dents here, so I'm going to smooth it out. So we're going to place the hands right above the leg here. So we'll place one hand here and another hand in this direction. Now, once you place your hand, you can merge it again using the similar method, which is to blend in the clay here. I'm gonna lift it to show you how to blend in, but you don't have to lift the Ganesha. You're just gonna keep it wherever it was. So use your fingers to blend it in. So you can keep it like that. Now the biggest portion that you had to make the head, you're gonna take that out. So this is your biggest portion. So again, get it into a nice circle. So I need you to get it into a nice circle shape. Then just like we did the hands and legs, you had to make a cone. Now you're gonna do a similar method, but you need a bigger cone for now. So what we are trying to get is the head and the trunk. So let me just change the camera angle. I'm gonna do the same thing. Club it in. So I'm getting a triangle that's this big. So just check out the length for your Ganesha. So once you roll it in, you're gonna hold the index finger and thumb finger here. So just give a measurement of about 1 half here. So then you're gonna hold it like that with your thumb and your index finger, and you're gonna bend it in like that. So you're gonna bend this here. So you might get some cracks. You can just fill it in. I'm going to dip my hand a little bit. Use your palm to get a now nice round shape here. Now I have a nice smooth surface. I'm gonna round up the base. Now use your thumb finger to push it a little bit. And the straight line that you have here, you can twist it up into a small curve. So this is going to be the head of our Ganesha. I'm trying to smoothen it up so we can fix it directly on the base. You can keep it on the body once, see if it's working for you. So this should be fine. So I'm gonna smoothen it up a little bit. So just keep it there. Now use the same merging process to merge the head with the body. So I'll show you the back. So I'm merging it right there. I'm using my thumb finger to do it. So if somebody is using terracotta clay, your Ganesha might start drying up. So what you can do is you can take a cotton cloth, you can dip it in water lightly, squeeze out the water properly, and then wrap it around your Ganesha. So like, for example, if you're making the hands, you can wrap the body and keep it. So it doesn't dry due to air. Those who have play clay, you don't need to do it. It's not gonna air dry, but otherwise you can. So you can just dip in some cloth. You prefer a cotton cloth because that keeps the moisture locked in. Then you can just wrap out the portion of the body that you're not working on. So like now I'm not working on the hands. You can just wrap Ganesha like that. You're working only on the head. So you can wrap it up like that. Now, I need to get a nice and round shape. Any dents that you see here, you can smoothen it out. So I use both my thumb, so you get an even symmetry. So like that. Now, when you have wrapped it up, do not apply any pressure on Ganesha because your hands might start dropping in, or due to pressure, it might move. So just keep it lightly wrapped. You should have something like this by now. So let's move on. Now we need the ears. That is also required. So the biggest portion that you have, apart from the one you get for accessory, you're going to use this again, circles. Now you're going to flatten it out. You're not going to make a cone out of it. You're going to flatten it out. Use your palm, apply pressure. Just flatten it out like this. So it's going to look like a big circle. You can flatten it out properly. Use your palms. Don't make it into a very thin size. It can be like half a centimeter or 2.25 centimeter. It shouldn't be as thin as paper. Just make it slightly thicker, like you see a biscuit. So you can have something like that. I'm going to apply a little more pressure. I need a slightly bigger circle. Apply some pressure. All right, now, if you have a knife or if you have a sharp object or anything that is flat, use it to cut it into half. So I'm going to cut it into half like that. So I have two pieces now. I'm going to flatten it up a little. So you have a semicircle. What we are going to do now is the curve portion is going to go inside while the flat portion will stick outside. So if you want, you can soften it a little bit more. Now you're going to paste it here. Again, use the same mechanism. Use your thumb finger to merge in the clay and use your index finger to flatten it out. So it can be placed on the hand like that. You have one here, then you can use the same thing. The semicircle curve part is going to go inside while the straight line side is going to stick outside. And you're going to paste it. You can definitely make bigger ears if you want. The head shape can go a little bigger. So you'll have different kinds of Ganeshas. So you can, I'm just tapping the edges to smoothen it out. So you're going to get a shape like this. Now I'm going to just smoothen out these curves a little bit. I'm going to clean my hand and then use some water to merge it. So we have a shape like this. Now we're going to make the accessories. So last bit that you saved in, you can take that out. Now the accessories is up to you. You can make as many as you want. I'm basically going to make a crown and chain here. So you can make more than that. You want to make some seat decorations, like you can make petals around him. You can make a background throne or something. So that's totally up to you. You can do as many things as you want. So I'm going to take in a small portion of it, make it into a circle. It's quite tiny. You need a small crown. So I'm just going to make it into a tiny one. Press it in flat like that. And stick it here. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. You want a different decoration for the crown, you can happily do so. So I'm going to press this in again and stick it on this side. Now a small triangle cone for the head. So I have a crown like that. Now I'm gonna put in a small hanging. So I'm gonna just use small portion in a triangle shape. So bindi kind of thing. Like that. There you go. Now I'm going to make a small stole. So I'm going to take half of this portion. Make it into a circle. And again, use my palms to make it into a triangle. So the tip is going to be pretty thin because it has to go around the neck here. So the other chunk will go out. I think this is more than enough. So I'm going to place it here. See if that's good enough. I'm going to push out the rest of it. So it's like a small stole around Ganesha's neck. And I'm going to tap it here. So every time you're putting in accessories, make sure it's smoothened out, because getting your fingers in this tiny space might be difficult. So I'm just going to keep it there. Another small portion to come on this side. I'm just going to keep it a little to this one. And be careful when you put in accessories in tiny space, so it can fly out like that. So I have my base ready. Now I'm going to use the toothpick to make some nice detailed, like we need to make the eyes, we need to have some designs for the accessories. So you can use a toothpick, or if you have a spoon, you have a knife, you can use any of those. I'm going to clean my hands once. So I'm going to use the toothpick for this one. you have a small bindi thing here. So you can just press it lightly. You're going to get a line like that. So you don't need to apply too much pressure. Since it's still wet clay, you can just tap it along like that. So that's more than enough. Now, another thing is if you have empty pen refills or something, you can use that also. Like you have this end here. You can use it to give some textures on your Ganesha stole. So you can just apply slight pressure. You're going to get nice patterns out of it. So if you observe this portion, you can just press it slightly. You're going to get a texture there. Moving around to show you the angle here. So let's say, for example, you want some designs on the crown. You can just do this. And you can use your toothpicks or any sharp objects to give in textures like that. And then tap it in a little. So any clay that sticks out, you can just dab it. Now, similar, I'm going to show you the crown. You can use your toothpick to draw a line there. And then use your thumb to dab in the grains. So there might be some grains that stick out, so you can dab it in here like that. Now, the most difficult part is to draw eyes on Ganesha. So if you're not very, if you're quite new to this, you can use a pen here. You can mark your portions here, there, and here. Then you can use some clay to make the eyes. So you can make an eyelid first. It can be super tiny. So you can use, I might want to chop up a little more. So it's super tiny. Again, a shape like this. Flatten it out and slowly paste it here. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Then you can use your tool to give in some shape. So you can do this. And once your clay dries up, you can even use paint to define the eyes. Then we need to make some space for the teeth. So I'm going to use the pointed section of the toothpick to make a small hole here. And the same thing on the other side as well. Now you can use a pointed teeth. So let's make a cone again. So the way we make it, the way you can easily make a teeth not fall out is to take this pointed end, and put it inside and press it in. So you're going to get one side there, and the same way you can do it to the other side also. So if you want, you can do it like that and stick it in. So that's going to be the teeth. And apart from this, you can make some modak for your Ganesha to keep it in his hand. So one hand can be to bless you, and the other one can be to hold some modak. So tiny modak here. And you can use the toothpick to define the fingers, like you can just press along, so you will get shape of your finger. And then the thumb. The same way you can do it to the other side. And for the leg. You can also decorate the stole. You can do it. Then now that we have the basic structure, the next part is for you to either use beads or something to decorate it, or you can wait until it dries up so you can paint it according to your wish. So if you want to put some beads or stick in some decoration materials, you need to do it now. So since the clay is wet, it can actually stick a lot of beads to it, so it doesn't fall out, and neither do you require some Fevicol to stick it in. So all you need to do is take some beads and then keep it along the edges and push it in. So you can do it for the crown, especially here. So you can keep a bead here, you can press it along. You can do a lot of decorations to the stole also if you want to. You can draw the eyes out. You can even decorate the leg portion here. So you can do those with bead. But if you want to wait until it's dry and you want to paint your Ganesha out, I would suggest you keep it in a cool area. So don't keep it in the sunlight because your Ganesha is going to crack down. So keep it in your kitchen or your storeroom or anywhere where there is a lot of shade and also breeze. So it's going to take around 4 to 5 days to dry completely. The way you can differentiate you can understand that the Ganesha is dry and ready to be painted is because the color is going to turn light brown. So now if you see it's nice and damp, you can see a slightly liquid look. And it's once it dries up, it's going to turn lighter brown. So you know it's completed. Then you can use acrylic or fabric colors on it. So try not to apply some water onto it. So directly use the paint. Don't mix it with water or anything. You can directly apply it as in, any portion. And you can define the lines as much as you want. Anybody has any questions? Also, if you think you need some more time to complete Ganesha, you can always wrap the Ganesha with a wet cloth. Like I told you, take some water, dip it in nicely, and wrap him up clean. So it's going to remain nice and wet. Then you can continue it whenever you want to. I guess that's it. Anybody has any questions?
Dear kids, now the session is open for questions. You can please ask any question to Kathyayini ji. She will be glad to answer them.
So I guess we are at the end of the class. Right now, we need to allow the Ganesha to dry up nicely. I'm not going to put beads. I'm going to paint it. So I'm not showing you the bead part. But if you want to add so, you're just going to keep it on the clay and then push it in slightly. That's all. If you guys are all doing good, we can wrap up the class. Or if you have some questions, please go ahead.
Kathyayini ji, which color are you using, please?
Which color?
Yeah, or a brand or, anything you can just let us know.
Sure.
If kids are interested. Yeah.
So I usually use this Fevicryl acrylic colors. You get it in any local stores. You can use acrylic or fabric colors. So when I sort of use white for the body and I use gold for the crown, and for the stole, I use colors to make it vibrant as possible. And whenever you're using paint, use it directly from the bottle. Like, don't mix it with water. Just use a brush to take it from here and apply it to it.
So all the kids have seen how it has been done and hope they have done it, similarly. I want all the kids to actually post their artwork, which they did today. That is the clay in the iLead Cultural Club, so that Kathyayini ji also gets to see it. Thank you so much, Kathyayini. And we want you, again and again, teach the children, little bit whenever you feel like once in a month. I request you to please accommodate us.
I'll be very happy to join in.
Most
I'll
well.
try my best to keep connecting with you every month.
Yes.
Those who are just completing your work and might need some help later, please reach out in the form of WhatsApp groups or Telegram. I'll try and help you out as much as possible. But I would be very, very happy to look at all your work. Thank you for having me over.
Thank you. Manvi, can you thank, as the Vice Captain of Kala Jyoti, thank Kathyayini ji, and we'll conclude.
Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful session we have done today. Making the Ganesha was very fun also, and at the same time, to use the like to use our hands to make something like a god and all. It was very wonderful. Thank you for your time with us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manvi. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Satyavati ji, to holding this as a host. Thank you, Kathyayini, and please come back. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for the coordination, Sheetalji. It was very, very smooth and it was easy to coordinate also. Thank you for being there.
Hari
Thank
Om.
you, everybody. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Satyaji, we can remove the live stream, please.
Okay, Sheetal.